Most beautiful people, welcome to the Voice of Evolution. So this week we are truly going to splash into a new world, should you wish to do that, and leave behind everything that was old, that kept us in the degrees of extreme low mentality, because that is essentially what it was. The whole awakening process, and how many people struggled through it to see how economics failed, the banking systems, interrelationships especially, and how people kept their vibration actually in the matrix of extreme low consciousness. So rising above that and moving into the golden road, into ascension, which is actually moving beyond the matrix in the crystalline fields that are grounding everywhere on this earth plane. And that is what is happening, because the vortexes, the energies, the frequencies are getting more and more intense, and it will of course never stop, because that is evolution. So I would strongly suggest, for those willing to move forward and especially moving into a brand new life in which you allow self to communicate with all species in this cosmological soup, so to speak. And that is very, very important to align to, because they are all working with us. I'm talking about the Archangelic Kingdom, I'm talking about Masters of Light, I'm talking about the light species, I'm talking about the elements, especially the communication with the element water, with the element air. The air that we breathe, that is our communication system. So the air needs to upgrade, and that could be done easily. And we should truly get the aerobics in our lungs beyond the matrix, in which you can breathe like many minutes in and out, far beyond anything termed TM meditation, because it's about alignment, and it's essentially about defeating the snake. That is what this Mercury retrograde is about, defeating the snake within every chakra, and certainly not rising the old Kundalini that keeps you into the soul jail. So if you wish to move forward, then I was thinking about picking a card each, just one day a week, and following up my weekly messages just to support you and move into a higher level of self-mastery and realization as the energies intensify non-stop. There is only actually a matter of alignment and listening what your source brings through. So your connection to your source, especially your spark and your spirit self in the body, and feeling these pulsation, is as special, for and foremost, the most important alignment you can allow in the body, in order to hear communication beyond the lower degrees of mentality. Because in soul consciousness, or the old astrological belt, we hear a lot of falseness and deviated information that does not pertain to your upgrade. So that is the information that I get. So I have my I Am faculty cards made from my art. So with my book, the I Am faculty mentor cards, actually that break the illusions as they work with all the elements and animal kingdom as well. So I'm shaking the cards and just pulling out one. And so let's see what we got. Isn't that to the point? So I got this number 15. I don't know if you see it. The Phoenix Rising. So I'm the Phoenix Rising, the Ascent, and the Ascent can start off at any age with the right equipment in the crystalline grid. So let's see what I wrote about it. It's card number 15. And so it's connected to the element air, as we are living in the Aquarian vibration, the green light goes, so that's very appropriate, connecting directly with the new organism of this earth. So earth and light earth is the element actually. So rising from into light earth, we must have surpassed anything termed ego, including our energy fields, and keep them crystal clear from any invasion. If you did lift yourself into an energy field termed the new Makiva that hosts all 12 universes, and you're living in a crystalline grid foundational equipment, no matter what, then you are protected at all levels. So because we need to protect us from old hybrids, monsters of the universe, because they hack your brain day and night, especially during the sleep. And so we need to leave these lower elemental nodes that recycle stories being experienced and have no capable interest, value, or inspiration to even move through the forces of negative barriers. So if we look at this card, we see the lavender fields of expression is truly one of a kind in a way that it has many creational rooms. As you can see, there is a grid on this card. You can see the grid, a white ray grid, that offer the capacity to keep you free from negativity. Anyone can build a grid, but you need a little bit the know-how tools, how to do that and how to build from point zero. So should you want that, I have an extreme 5-day alignment, I think it is, moving self into the spiritual body and realigning to divine will versus free will, because free will has no way to go and keeps you in the denser field of life spaces, and moving that in a crystalline grid which you can align your spiritual body to, and grounding that in your home. That takes a bit of work, but it's fun to do. Everybody can do it, and the whole family would benefit from it. And also it is your starting point from which you can plant the crystalline grids in your hood, in everything you do on the job. If you walk the city, you just, plant those grids. So the wonder of the lavender fields or spaces is that it offers very, very quick transformation, and is truly the beginning point of transcendental meditation beyond Kundalini, so no consciousness there. And so new invitation to ultimate goals, so the resurrection into freedom along celestial technology. The celestial blue way, which we have here on top, is truly the access point you need to transit through in order to uplift your vibrations, in which you feel the wheels of transformation, the wheels of light at all time, no matter if you're cooking, no matter if you're working, no matter if you're doing fitness or eating, or whatever, or taking a shower, I do feel these wheels like whoop. Even when I wash my teeth, I said, whoa, the vortexes are coming through. And that just takes daily alignment. So the white grid on this card and the phoenix moving into its right position represent the highest factors of healing one can download along the Great White Way, which is the antenna that has been anchored in Ohio. So, and the red way, we can see that, you see, I don't know if you can see it, the red way, the ascension vibration is very high in capacity. If we think about a person being born in the Aries vibration and moving that, or the ram if you wish, from Mars into Cassiopeia, we can see that these are leaders. They just do immediately what gets into their headspace, and but oftentimes do not complete their job. So that is their missing links, and that is being done to essentially the Capricorn vibration. They just move it into the mountaintop, so you can learn a lot. So the level of successfully moving into the ascent is represented by the silver way, because silver is essentially ascension, and so we cannot escape anything that divine will brings through. And stationing divine will through the spinal column is what gets you out of free will. Because if you stream on free will, that is being equated to ego consciousness. And ego just does whatever pops into the old mind capacity. So ego comes as well with the release of the mind, so you can incorporate full-time brain, 100% brain capacity, as most people on the earth are only capable, to tap into 20 or 30% of their brain capacity, and that brings through disastrous outcomes, as we are witnessing in modern society. So I would strongly suggest to think about your reason for moving into ascension. Why would you not align to the crystalline grids? Why not align to your source, your spark, your spirit, and ask the universe to get you there? Or should you want my course, it's all in the description box, because it's all about the communication in ascension to crystallizing consciousness and the body with the elements like water, element earth, like many new herbal kingdoms coming through that assist the transmutations actually, or transmeditational upload into this new world that will grow anyways. So there is no way to escape every single path, because nobody is going to ascend for you. So nobody is going to uplift your vibration. We need to lift ourselves into mastery ourselves. And so for those who want a funny kind of assistance, support, deeper understanding, I have been writing about it, explaining how energy fields work, how healing works, and why it doesn't work, and what level of truth is needed. That was coming through a true story, a conversation written via Facebook Messenger between me and another entity. And that conversation had its lows and its highs, and it was so truthful. And yeah, we would never shut up. We would always say what we had to say, because, you know, I'm a Capricorn. So that is the mountaintop, and getting the details into Ascension, and that other person was in Aries. So that vibration, like, if I'm not the boss, then I will kill you. So that was very strong conversations, and there was so much love into it. There was strength in it. There was fun. There was straightforward truth and explanation of what we should leave behind because it doesn't work anymore, and what we can do to rise beyond. So that kind of fun with a lot of references has been written in my new book, Between the Moon and the Sun, Everything Needs to Come Together. A true story, or yeah, stillness speaking out loud between two entities on Facebook. Imagine that. So the first of these series is out right now. It's available on Amazon. You can start out a free file for the introduction via my website, and it's gonna be a series in which you are going to be supported massively, because I feel it's needed. Because I still have 1,500,000 words to put in a book. So that's a lot to explain, and have rather fun, and in which nothing is an effort, but in which we can skip old consciousness while enjoying the deeper levels of ascensions, because without joy there is no ascension. Depression and these levels of fear, anxiety, etc. keeps us really from ascending into higher mentality, or the phoenix rising from the mud into the highest degrees of light earth, Atlantis, merging with the Avalon frequencies. That is what I have for you this week. So see you back on Tuesday. Thank you for being with me. Look my book up. Thank you for supporting and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.